Hey everyone, it's Mindy Hahne, the Midwest premier sports handicapper, coming to you from TonySpix.com and the half of the morning show duo, The Morning Steam with Ramon Scott. But hope you enjoy this free pick video from our show. Be sure to click in the link in the description for our best bets. Now here is the pick.
All right, and we'll start it off with, well, it's a one-sided game on paper, certainly when you have one of the best pitchers in the game going in Zach Gallen going up here against Oviedo and the Pirates in Arizona. They've obviously, been a big time surprise so far. They're doing very well. The Pirates, we know they were a great story early on. They're still a nice story, but they've, fell back all the way down here a little bit with quite a slump, but nonetheless, they've done well.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Diamondbacks have kind of, proved their worth so far. Maybe that they're the real deal. 1-5 out of the last, 6 years so far. It's kind of been, I think, kind of an automatic with Gallen here on the mound. I think he gets the victory here again today. I don't really like, laying some of this, big money here, but that's the way I'm going to go here. I'm going to take the Diamondbacks. I'm just going to take them here on the money line. I think the Pirates can keep it close, even though they're struggling a little bit offensively. Taking the Diamondbacks here on the money line today.
Well, the steam definitely came in on the Diamondbacks. I think that's why you're seeing it up there now as high as even $1.75. What do I got it listed there? $1.85. So it might be actually even a little bit lower. Maybe there's been some buyback. Let me take a look across the marketplace and see. I think mostly $1.75. Oh, there's $1.85 at some offshore DKs at $1.90 now. So the book down the street from me is $1.80. So it's all about right here, right now. In this one. And, well, I think it's all about Zach Gallen. I mean, that's, Pirates now back at home. Maybe they stand a chance here to hang in maybe in other games in the series. I don't know. But, Mindy, I'm going to take the over in this one at 7.5. Look, I love Gallen, no doubt. But I'm going to pop in on the over here. See what you guys have to say. It looks like, I want to say welcome to Tim Ray here today. Appreciate you, Tim, as well. Another new commenter. Looks like he's been around and gets a chance to comment today. Thank you. Here's Blake wants Arizona run line. Fernando on the Diamondbacks. Now here's Tim does say over here with me in this one. And Curtis does say under. He likes Gallen. Gerardo, hello. Good to see you. Solo says Gallen as well. All right. Arizona run line for Lazzy. Solo on the Diamondbacks. And James, he'll be on the Bucks here. Solo says Diamondbacks on the run line. See more comments on this game than the hockey game.
Right.
All right. Mindy's on the Diamondbacks. I'm on the over. We got to keep this rolling here today for sure. All right. So this one was a little bit breaking late, I think, Mindy, as far as the line, as far as the information. The first line that I saw, the sendout was huge. The sendout was 265. The line comes out, the line's 210. We're already seeing it now up to 240, 245 or so. 245, 7.5, and the total totally flip-flop from the opener. It opened 7.5 under 20, and it's shot up 7.5 over 20. It's over 15, over 20, over 25, whatever the case may be. Over is favored now.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. So there's been lots of talk here on this one here thus far. The Rays are back.
Love them.
The Rays are back home here. I'm going to take the Rays. I'm going to take them here on the run line. Their only 3 losses have, basically come through. I lost who they lost to, but anyway, The Brewers here on the road, which they just don't really play well on the road. And then McClanahan for Tampa, he has that plus 40 run differential whenever he pitches here as well. I think Hauser, is that who they got in there, right? Yeah. I mean, he's given up some runs in a lot of short outings. I also think that we have a bullpen that's a little bit better for this Rays team as well. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Rays. I'm taking them -1.5 here.
Yeah, you mean in the Mets series that we were talking about, the Rays misfortune?
Yeah, I was trying to think. I was like, who did they lose to? Yes, that was it.
Yeah, and they
both only lost 3 at home, and that was to ALCS.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know if you meant the last 2 games they lost by 1 run at the Mets. With the wild 8-7 game where it was 2-1 in the 9th inning or whatever it was. Keep saying 2-1. I think it was 3-2, or maybe it was 2-1 in the 8th, whatever. And all that scoring came late, and it ended up going 8-7. The Mets won 3-2 yesterday. So now, this one, let's get the betting a little out of control, is what I feel like in a way. Hauser's has some bad numbers. A couple of starts, they've actually won those games. Trippy Zip. Welcome. Please see the gentleman at the door. Keys. Good to see you. And Blake will take his Rays. Luis on the Rays. Brew Crew for Curtis. Tim Ray raised the run line. And James Edwards says, this line, hey, look, James is off the rails, pumping his winners our way, but he is a little bit realistic on some of these underdogs right now. He's already said, James has already said, watch out for these favorites today. Maybe the favorites are getting a little bit too pricey. Gerardo coming in here, he says Rays run line. He's parlayed with the Braves. Fernando says Rays money line or even 1.5. And CTG Rays run line. Solo says over in this one. And man, that total it's really on the move at 7.5. I'm not sure I like it. And I think it's going to probably go to 8. I'm on the under in this one. Brewers and Rays. The Brewers have had some issues with the bats, certainly. The Rays have had no issues with the bats. James does like the over here. So James against me there in this one. He'll tell me tomorrow. And Mindy is on the Rays on the run line with most of you, I would say. All right, Yankees and Reds. Ben Lively here, back in the majors, back pitching, back starting. First start. I think he's had a couple of outings so far, going up against Clark Schmidt. Schmidt, not too great, but the Yankees on the road here going to still be a big favorite, $1.60 or so, and the total 10.5 under 20.
Yeah, it's one of those that Schmidt, he's just struggled. He's given up 11 runs in his last 3 starts, gave up 12 runs in 3 road starts here this season. And I don't know, I feel like, this Reds team has been playing pretty decent here as of late, won 6 of their last 9 games here. They've scored 13 runs over their last 3. I think Cincinnati's bullpen is doing a pretty good job as well. I'm going to go ahead and take the Reds here on the run line today. Again, you talked about Lively, 1.69 ERA, but again, only has about 3 innings pitched here at home thus far. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does. But I just think the bats have been hot again here with the Reds, going that way today.
Run line, did you say, Mindy?
I'm taking the run line, yes.
Okay.
-112, 115, something like that.
Let's do it. I'll do it with you as well. We know one batter's been hot, and there's no getting around it. Is Aaron Judge? I mean, we know what we're getting into here. Mindy and I, we're going to take the Reds on the run line. I agree. Let's do it. 10.5. Just goes to show you got a red hot Aaron Judge coming into Cincinnati. You got to figure he's going to hit a home run every game. With that combination, but I like the Reds in this one. I'm going to take them with Mindy. It's $1.15. We're getting a run and a half. What are you guys up to? Hello to Rocco Rogers.
Hi, Rocco.
Johnny Boom, is that you? Good to have Johnny Boom here. Reds a lock, baby. Don't down on the Yankees. I don't know what I mean. I'm just saying it. I think it's probably a typo. But it's an autocorrect situation.
Donate.
Thank you. I am not sharp. Okay. Fernando here, Yankees -2.5. Wow. Yankees first 5. I get it. Reds money line for Solo. Don't James is on some dogs today. All right. Tim Ray says Reds run line. Matt D says home run derby. And Nathan says over 10.5. We'll see about that. All right, Mindy, we're on the Reds run line. We're gonna have some action today, it looks like.
All right.
All right, the Tigers and the Nationals. In this one, hey, let's not, this one looked like a bad game at the beginning of the season. All of a sudden, it's an okay game.
Right.
Tigers on the road here with Matthew Boyd going up against Irvin in this one. And almost a pick 'em here. Yeah, man, it is. Maybe the Tigers are the slightest of favorites, and the total is 9 under 25. It's going down a little bit. Steam came in on the under.
Yeah, Boyd. I'm going with the Tigers here today. I like him. He's sitting at 4.11 ERA on the road. Irvin, on the other hand, 7 ERA. So not pitching well at home. These splits, I think, make a difference here in these two teams, especially with how they've been, batting. Both of these teams a little bit over 3 runs. But on the defensive side, the Nationals tend to give up a little bit more here as of late. The Tigers have put up 17 runs in their last 4 road games here as well. Have a little bit better bullpen right now. They're playing pretty good. I'm going with the Tigers.
Mindy says, take Detroit on the road with Boyd. I think Irvin can be a pitcher who might improve. Will it be here? I don't know. It better be. I've got the under. James Edward has the over. So I'm going to be hearing it from James tomorrow in this one. Blake here is on the Nats. Fernando is on the Nats. James does say Tigers and over. Solo says over as well. Looks like I'm by myself. Well, me and the Sharps, I think. I think the Sharps are going to be on the under here in this one. Tim Ray says going over. So looks like the chat's on the over as well. I feel like I'm by myself on this one a little bit. I've got the under here. If anything, look, I'm kind of leaving that price on the screen, and I'm the one that's going to be paying a higher price than that to go under. So even though you guys are hot on the over, looks like money coming in on the under. The books are willing to juice it up even a little bit more. It was 9 under 15. Now it's practically 9 under 25. So I'm not saying I'm right or wrong, but I'm the one getting charged. All of you guys are betting the over, and I'm getting charged more on the under.
Right. How is this happening?
Who's doing it? That's my buddies, the Sharps. Probably I'll tail the Sharps today. Steam came in on the under. I'm on the under. Mindy's on the Tigers. All right. Orioles and Blue Jays. This would be a good one with Gibson going up here against Kikuchi. Kikuchi Moneybags. Make some money for betting on UC Kikuchi this year for sure. And their favorite at home, $1.45, 9.5 under 20.
All righty. What are we going to do in this one, Ramon? I guess I'm going to go ahead and take – it's a tough one for me. I kind of like both. I'm going to go ahead and take this Orioles team here on the run line. I think that's how I'm going to go in this one here. I know Gibson kind of has that elevated ERA on the road, but I have this Orioles team that I feel like offensively is just doing a really good job. 5.71 runs of offense, only giving up 4 runs. And the Blue Jays here haven't quite been scoring enough. I know they did pretty well there versus the Yankees, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Orioles here on the run line today.
All right, Mindy going Orioles plus 1.5 at minus $1.55, $1.60. Oh boy. Oh, that's a scary price.
Ooh,
that one. Yeah. I'm going to be on the over here. This is a freemium for me. I really like this over today with the Orioles and the Blue Jays. It would make my premium list. Maybe because this price might make it a little bit tougher. 9.5 over 20. It certainly opened plenty of 9 overs, and maybe appropriately bet up when you think of the Blue Jays offense. Guerrero still looks like a big time question mark, if I'm not mistaken today. Maybe I can take a peek at that real quick, but it's still questionable with that knee injury. So could be a little bit of a question there today still. Lots of comments. Oh my gosh, I got to catch up here. Lots of comments on this game. Okay, let me see. I don't know. Luis said over 9. That might have been the last game. Nathan. Okay. Rocco, I think, likes over in this one. Brett. Hey, Brett B. Thank you, Brett, for being here. Wow, great to have some new commenters here.
Yeah, nice.
Winning our 80 friends here today. Johnny Boom says Orioles money line. James Edward on the over. Fernando Blue Jays. Here's an over for Blake. Freaky Tweaky here today. Got the team total Blue Jays going over. Orioles run line also for Tim Ray. James Edwards says, Mindy, make it a premium. Too late now. He gives it on the show here. I could make it a premium, but I didn't.
Right.
Yeah, I did go with Fernando though, and he's got over as a lock. So yeah, Nathan said, and that's just what I was saying. Kikuchi talking about his record and his money making. That's what that's what I've got. That's what I'm talking about. He's been solid. As far as I just like pitchers that are on winning team. When they win games. Here's Solo Jays over and O's money line. Gary says Eduardo killed him. Eduardo killed a lot of people yesterday. All right. Gary had to tell his dog to get a job, Mindy. Sent him to the airport. Did you see that horrible video of the guy who's supposed to be the dog handler at the airport? He's obviously an unprofessional dog handler. He's pulling him by he got fired.
No, I don't want to see that. I don't like any sort of cruelty towards animals. I have a terrible time with the ASPCA commercials.
No, it wasn't total cruelty, but I mean, when you have a neck leash and you're yanking, and that's not how those. Anybody see that? All right, I'm just going off the rails. Here's Takia on the Jays. It was kind of went viral a little bit. Shannon Moore here today. All right, Mindy's on the Rays. On the Orioles.
I am on the Rays.
Orioles front line, and I'm on the over.
Don't forget that Cubs team. Cubs Phillies.
Is Kikuchi good this year? I do like Kikuchi. I certainly like him. Guardians and Mets. Mindy, we got Cal Quantrill going up here against Carlos Carrasco, making his 4th start of the season. So Quantrill definitely been pretty decent, I think. Carrasco, not so much. Mets need pitching help.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those that, my modeling has this game going over, and that's where I'm going to go. But I worry about the Guardians a little bit. Tony talked about it on the show yesterday. They're really just not producing, runs. But I think this is, the time to go ahead and get it done with, Carrasco on the mound. He wasn't great in that first start. He has that higher ERA right now. Quantrill hasn't exactly been, great here either. But decent with a 4 ERA. I just kind of take a look at the Mets here. I think their bats might catch fire a little bit today. And I think the Guardians are just up against a pitcher that they can kind of hit around the park if they'd like. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the total of 9.
I'll agree with you. I'll take over in this one. Steam came in on the over. Looks to me, 9 now. There was plenty of 8.5. So, we're here on the air now. Nothing we can do. It's all gone. It's definitely 9. It shows 9 under 15 on the screen. I'm showing now mostly 9 flat. So get it now or pay a tax. But I'm going to take the over with Mindy. Give us a consensus play. Steam came in on the over. Let's do it.
All right.
Tequila's on the Mets, but Fernando's on the Guardians. And James Edwards says, Mindy, Cleveland is a money line lock. And it's a lot from James Edward, everybody. Mark it down in your book and celebrate him tomorrow. Here's Luis wants the over in this one. Timmy Ray says, give me the over as well. Looks like we're going over. Johnny Boom says Carlos needs a W. They need their pitching to get it going. Nathan says, what's the status today of Jose Ramirez in the injury report? Well, he's questionable. He's had a death in the family, so we just don't know if he's going to be able to get back for this game. Just not sure. Josh Naylor, questionable hamstring injury for the Mets. Alvarez, questionable. Starling Marte, also questionable hand injury. All right. A few more comments, I think, in this one. We've got Johnny Boom, let's go Mets, Fernando on the over. And Fernando also on the money line. Let's do it then, Mindy. I'll go right back to it for some reason. It's not like this one was some off the board thing or something.
You're just waiting for the end because of the matchup, right? Yeah.
Well, we've got Stroman going here against Ranger Suarez. Maybe that was it with Ranger in this one. But the Phillies are minus $1.20, and the total is 9 under 25. Cubs and Phillies today. Thank you, Mindy.
Yeah, Ranger hasn't pitched yet at home this season. I think this is probably going to be a tightly contested game. I think the bullpens may impact where this one goes. This Phillies bullpen suddenly is pitching lights out, 1.13 ERA, 0.98 whip, as opposed to these Cubs putting up a 6.64 ERA here as of late in their bullpen. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Phillies here. I'm backing them today at home.
All right, Mindy, with the Phils and Suarez. I don't agree. I don't disagree. I don't know what I'm agreeing on or with. FKD says just take what Mindy goes with. I hope I didn't screw anybody up there with the order, but Fernando was able to adjust. He's got the Phillies. And it looks like James Edward also likes the Phillies on a lock. CTG likes the Cubs today. Timmy Ray says going over. Johnny Boom says he wants the Cubs. I was kind of leaning Phillies early. I'm just not sure on the side. That's all. But I am on the under here with Fernando, and that's my play here on the show. The steam came in on the over, and now I'm dealing with I can't get that 9 anymore, huh?
Boo.
Yeah, we can. 9 under 25. Okay. Fernando says he got over under 8.5. Take a look at the market. It's mostly 9s out there, but there are some 8.5s. I'm going to go under. I'll even grade it 8.5, whatever. I'll take the under. Mindy's on the Phillies. I'm on the under. Solo's on the Phillies. Blake is on the Phillies. Okay. Funny, Stroman's been good. He doesn't. His run support isn't good though. A lot of times. Corday on the Cubs here. All right. We'll get back into the swing of things. Where did I leave off? The Mariners?
The Mariners.
They're on the road here against the Braves with a couple of Bryces on the mound.
Ooh,
Miller and Elder.
We don't usually ever have that.
No, the last name maybe, right? Do you know that Mindy, the most used letter for first names in Major League pitchers is J?
Really?
And, you can test me on that.
Johns.
Anybody want to try me on that? All
Lots
right.
of Johns, J.
Think of all of them. I think it's actually
Jameson.
well, I think it's actually the most used letter in all of names, but at least for the last
Johnny Boom agrees.
25 years. Okay.
We do have a lot of J's in the chat normally, don't we?
Jay's the most popular.
JPZ.
Believe me. All right. Mariners and Braves here. Braves $1.45, 9 under 15 now.
Well, this is going to be a good one, I think. I see both teams have kind of struggled here as of late. Mariners dropping, 3 of 4. Braves lost 5 of 7. I mean, we didn't really see Seattle doing much, offensively there with Boston, especially when I thought the Mariners were going to come in and really contest that series after they've been really pulling, games out as of late. But I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and stick with this Mariners team here today. I think they can kind of sneak one out. I like Bryce Miller on the mound, 0.69 ERA on the road. I'm taking the Mariners today, Ramon.
All right, Mindy, with the Mariners here with Miller, plus money line, right, Mindy, for
That's
this
correct.
one? Let's take a look at what the chat has to say here.
Otherwise, if I take a look at plus 1.5, it's sitting at about minus 170, something like that.
Blake here on the Braves money line. And James says he does not like the Braves as a favorite. He's agreeing with you, it looks like here. Nathan said looks like that's Braves. Fernando, Braves and over. Solo over in this game. Curtis is going under. James has it as a lock. Going to have James fill out a questionnaire with Curtis here, though, before he leaves. And Johnny says Mariners running a half.
Yeah, see, James Edwards and Johnny Boom have that same teal color J.
Well, I'm just so maybe I have to.
We have to figure that out. Why we have the different colors, right?
It's bothering me actually.
Yeah, right. Because you never found out the answer to why YouTube has the different colors, but they don't necessarily correlate.
What's Corday saying? Which pitchers match up? This game or this game? I thought we were fine.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Braves money
like
line.
You said, the Bryce Miller and the Bryce Elder. Sweet. Okay. James is going to put his photo up, or maybe not his photo, some sort of photo.
Yeah. Well, no, they could leave the letter. We were just trying to figure out why
that YouTube has the different color schemes.
All right, Mindy on the Mariners here in this one. The steam came in on the over here in this game. Total's gone up here to 9 now. Guess I'm going to be on. Man, these team, boy, they really slug, don't they? I don't want to go over 9, but I'm going to have to. I'm going over. Just think, with these two teams, it just feels like a lot of runs. I know these guys have been pretty decent. All right. throw my hands up a little bit at that one. I need the blue emoji. Where is Latifa? She's so busy. She's so busy. Tim Ray, Mariners money line. Let's continue on. Got a lot of games here. Still got to go. Here's the Rockies and Kaufman. He's got a lot of F's and he's got a lot of N's. Maybe he should be pitching for the Royals, but that's
yes,
not
it sounds like it.
spell. I think that's a different spelling. But going up against Martin Perez here, and look at this. Rangers huge favorite, 225, 9/25.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and take the Rangers on the run line. They do boast that second best run line record here out of all of the major leagues at 13-8. The Rockies, of course, have the second worst run line at 9-16. So that's how I'm going to go. Wow. I think this one here kind of depends on the splits. The Rockies are starting a rookie that he's just okay, right? I mean, I think. So, yeah, going run line here at the Rangers.
Okay, I get it. I mean, wow, that's those are interesting numbers, certainly. I'm gonna be on the under in this one at 9 with this rookie against Martin Perez. I don't know if the Rockies are going to be able to get too many runs here.
Same.
We'll see if the Rangers they should mash, but we don't know. Sometimes a rookie can have some success just because of the unfamiliarity.
No.
Let's take a look. I know we got some comments here coming in from the chat. And let's see here. James said this line's a little bit sneaky. Fernando on the Rangers. And here's Luis is with you in this one, lay the 1.5. Tim Ray says go over in this one. Curtis says don't do it. I think he's telling me don't go under. He sees it runs.
I like the under.
Rockies love hitting the lefties, but Martin Perez, Fernando on the under. Fernando, it's got as a lock. He says it's a lock. Michael Thompson here today. He says Texas -1.5, but Freaky going the other way, plus a 1.5 with the Rocks.
Solo, hard pass.
Okay. Just to seem like a little bit high line. I mean, I know the Rockies maybe a bit of a struggle right now. All right. Mindy on the run line here. Lay the Rangers -1.5. I'll take the under 9 runs. And again, so Mindy, I know, okay, I'm on an under here, whatever. But just going back to some of the things I keep every day or two, I talk about here's more unprecedented run news, right? About high scoring and everything. Sure, the bookmakers have adjusted, so we're not seeing a ton of overs anymore. But just in a historical context, the Dodgers had never given up 7 home runs in a game. Ever. The Dodgers, the Dodgers, they've been around 90 years.
Yeah.
So they've never given up 7 home runs in one game like they did yesterday in that game. So, all right, here we go. Next up, it's the Athletics and the Astros. Ken Waldichuk, you can make fun of him if you want, but if you bet on him every game, you'd be a winner.
There you go.
They are a big underdog, of course, against the mighty Astros. If you bet on Belak every game, you'd be 0-2. They are a huge favorite here today, -235, 9.5 under 20, 9.5 under 20. So that's actually gone up. Steam came in on the over.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to head, Ramon. I'm going to go ahead and go over the total here in this one. Like you said, Waldichuk is, got some money, but he's still sitting at a 9.15 ERA on the road. Then you're going up against this Astros team, putting up 4.5 runs a game. The A's, they're currently allowing 8.3 runs per game over their last 5. So I'm going to go ahead and take the over.
I mean, there's so many games have gone over with both these teams, it seems like, this season for one reason or another. Mostly, I think we know the reasons for Oakland. They're just giving up runs. The Astros can produce runs. It's up to 9.5. Wow. Seems I'm gonna take the Athletics on the run line. I am. What am I getting? Even money. I'll be that guy. I'm taking the Athletics on the run line. Jared's here. He's got his
writing them down.
Got his black-eyed Susan picks ready for today. We're gonna have plenty here with this one. You got Astros for Fernando. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of. He's also got the over freaky tweaky Astros team. I'm going to be on an island here with the A's in this one. I know it, no doubt. Thanks, Jared, for that. By the way, and Michael Thompson on the over here with Mindy. I mean, these teams are massive overs, no doubt about it. Oh, Solo's with me on the A's. And Nathan, I don't know what that is, but I don't know what that is. Is that a rocket ship, maybe?
I'm guessing it looks like maybe like a comet, which would mean probably the Astros.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, yes, it looks much more like an asteroid.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah. All right. Mindy here on the over. I'm on the Athletics. Let's keep it rolling here. Thank you for those, Jared. Zane here today as well. Royals, Mindy, your Royals coming in. Greinke, I think they actually skip him up a day. It seems like he's pitching so frequently. Anyways, he comes in here making up for lost time, I guess. Going up against Kopech and Kopech favorite. $1.30-ish, about down to $1.25, total 9.5.
Yeah, I mean, Kopech is averaging 5 innings. Greinke's averaging a little under 5 innings. Not a whole lot of quality starts out of these two pitchers. So I think that kind of tends to, come down to maybe a little bit of a bullpen game here, right? And then you have this Chicago team with one of the worst ERAs in baseball in the bullpen, 5.77, allowing 24 home runs, while the Royals only have the 4th worst bullpen here, 4.82. I think I'm going to go ahead and lean on the Royals here today. I feel like I don't pick them as much as Ramon, and maybe I should. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Royals here today. Get some plus money with those Royals.
Mindy does take the Royals here. And, Tim Ray says Lyle's on the mound. Let me check that. Maybe that's why I got confused. No, I'm showing Greinke. What do you got? Do you got Greinke?
I had Greinke, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with it, Tim. I'm going to stick with Greinke here. The major line service, to me, is very trustworthy. I feel like maybe you can tell me what book. I'm looking at a book also listing Greinke. So no biggie, though. Just make sure you list in the right pitcher, or depends on what you're betting, of course, if you're betting it. So let's see. James Edwards says he's got the White Sox in this one. And I'm on the under here as my selection, Mindy, today. Royals and White Sox.
What did you say, Ramon? I'm
going under. I'm going under, yeah, at 9.5. Probably 9.5 flat now, it looks like. Mindy's on the Royals. I'm on the under. Not a lot of opinion on this game, it looks like.
Well, because it's the Royals.
I was leaning Royals. I'm just not so sure right now. That one's probably going to be one where I got to see a little bit more data with the lineups, maybe. All right. White Sox and over for Rodney's here today. All right. Here we go. Next up, we've got more games. Got to get going here. Dodgers and Cardinals. Well, yeah, yesterday was a little bit goofy. I'm not going to penalize the Dodgers any. In fact, I'm going to compliment the Cardinals for starting to fight back a little bit. Yes, they were up 8-1 or whatever it was. Then it was 8-7 or 9-8, whatever. Dodgers came all the way back. It didn't look like the Cardinals were going to be able to stop the Dodgers. And then the Cardinals went up and got a bunch of more runs with that record setting. I talked about, like I said, Dodgers have never given up 7 home runs. So good job, Cardinals. Steven Matz has been a total money burner this year. Gonsolin's just starting to get his season rolling. He's only pitched in half of the game so far. Got Dodgers on the road here, minus $1.25, 8.5 over 25.
Yeah, I mean, Gonsolin, he's been pretty lights out, I think. Ramon hasn't allowed a run yet in his last 2 starts versus the Brewers and your Padres. Just only, 3 runs and 19 innings of action here. So I feel like, Matt's, he's been, pretty reliable here as well, but kind of has an ugly ERA, right? I mean, he kind of has been getting beat up, but his splits at home are a little bit better with a 4.64 ERA. But for me, I like the Dodgers here. I think the Cardinals are playing, better. I think that's mostly due to Arenado. He seems to be suddenly getting a little bit hot here, but I'm going to go back with the Dodgers here today at about minus 120.
Probably going to take the Dodgers for the rest of the year. They're, I lost with them yesterday on my pick. It was a big favorite on the show yesterday. I don't care. I'm going to come back with the Dodgers time and again right now, especially at a price like this. Doesn't seem to make much sense at this point. I think Matt's, everybody knows he's been kind of garbage. I agree with you. He has been better at home. Not just saying a lot at this point, I don't think, for him, but that's the way I'm gonna go with you, Mindy. We got to play. We're on the Dodgers. It's all about me being upset about what's going on in the National League West.
Yeah.
Here's Solo on the Dodgers. And let's see here. Fernando on the over. First 5. Steve's here today. Steve Fallow's here today. Hello, Steve. Michael Thompson, LA money line. Dodgers over for Tim Ray. And Steve came in on the over, by the way. I think they can, Nathan. Look, the Dodgers that was just when you have a game like that, that's just crazy. It's baseball. They'll be fine. And if they do win this series, then maybe the Cardinals are back in form and watch out. We know they're still the Cardinals. Takia on the Dodgers. We're on the Dodgers, Mindy. Make no mistake.
No mistake.
Twins and Angels here. Well, Angels might have their work cut out for him because Joe Ryan's on the mound and he's favored here. But just $1.20. Could the money be coming in on the Angels here? Reed Detmers. I don't know.
That's how I feel.
20. This total's down to 8, by the way. This is a rapid dropper. Steam came in on the under. It's practically a full run lower than the opener, maybe even a little bit more.
Yeah, it's one of those, like you said. I mean, Detmers is kind of the 0-1, 6 ERA in his, 2 appearances versus Minnesota. I just think, again, I feel like they're going to be struggling a little bit. I think Minnesota wins by 2 runs today in this one. Again, if we talk about where we're looking at winning percentages on the run line, you have this Twins team sitting at 58% on the season, 17-14 overall as run line favorites. I'm taking them here today. I'm taking the Twins. I don't need to take them on the run line because I don't mind the minus, 120 here. So that's how I'm going. Taking the Twins.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Just maybe I'm not sure yet. And this one, man, that bothers me. This total's dropped to 8. I don't know if it's a great move necessarily. See with the chat here.
You can see that Curtis has these Angels as LA is the lock. Sorry. That's last game. Okay.
Oh, is it? But there could be this game.
Well, it could be, but I'm guessing he's a Dodgers fan, so I'm thinking it's that. But maybe he means the Angels are a lock.
Okay,
Curtis,
that was just their timing that they came back like that. So
Right.
Jared says Angels
I see a lot
here.
of
This is
Angels,
the
though.
spot for the Angels. Maybe Tim Ray, Angels. Solo will lay that run line at minus $1, at minus 1.5, plus 130 or so.
Yeah, I think the
Fernando,
Twins
Angels,
get it.
Fernando over. And James Edwards says the Angels are not in a good spot here against mighty Joe Ryan. Takia on
First
the
name
Angels.
starting with J.
And Fernando on the over. And Detmers has been a total money burner, Nathan, no doubt. And Joe Ryan's been pretty darn good. Pretty great, actually. Luis says the Twins. All right, I guess I better just trust this steam here, and I'm going to take the under in this
I like
one.
it. I still like it.
Yeah, doesn't
how I
feel
feel on
great
it.
at 8 now. So I liked it at 8.5, and here's Nathan on the Twins. Jared said Vegas wants you to take the Twins. I didn't speak to Vegas yet. Zane says Twins. Zane's got a new. Oh, he's got. I know that he's got the Boston and Bookies show. Is what he like. Must like that show. I like those guys. Oh yeah, he means the Dodgers. Okay, gotcha. Okay, let's keep going, man. You got to get going here. Almost done with baseball. We're gonna just touch on those WNBA. Maybe we won't have just have our picks. All right, Padres. Ooh, that Snell. Now he's favored $1.40. What are you kidding me? Please.
Oh, Ramon, stop. I want to take the Padres today. I think, I'm rooting for them. I think they're going to turn the corner here. I hope sooner rather than later. I know Boston's bullpen has struggled a little bit here too. Again, San Diego's bullpen has been pretty lights out. I'm taking the Padres today. I'm doing it.
Okay, you
Minus
take him. I don't care. I don't want him. I don't want him as a favorite. Snell is absolutely garbage. They can't win with him. Paxton, we'll see. I mean, it's only his second start back, so like I said, I'm happy to see him back.
They don't hit Snell very well, though. These,
Well,
Red
when he
Sox
was with Tampa Bay, maybe it was more of a problem, but right now Snell not very good, and the Padres not very good. They're bad.
They're bad.
Yeah. But maybe here, Luis will go with Boston. Jared on Boston. Tim Ray says Red Sox leaning to the under. And Corday giving the Padres some support. They need it. What did you say it was neat yesterday, Mindy? A lot of people might make fun of Manny. He's got a broken hand. As I said, remember I said I didn't think his hand was broken. Turns out it is.
Yeah.
But yesterday, so hey, these guys can't play very good baseball, but hats off to Manny. He plunked his money down. He is part of the ownership group for that San Diego Major League Soccer franchise.
Okay, sweet.
They said, how much does Manny own of the team? And they just said, well, I can't tell you, but it is significant. So I would imagine it, I don't know, could be 10, 20 million. Guy makes, signed what? Huge $100 million, or well, more than that, but a huge contract. He can afford to buy part of a sports franchise, and it just shows his commitment to community and to soccer. Right. Luis says plus money, so that means Boston. Fernando on the Padres, and James Edwards says Red Sox. Jared says Snell will get rocked. Michael Thompson, though, San Diego money line. Welcome to Skitslow. Pleasure here to see Skitslow just popping in out of nowhere. Nice to meet you. Got 5 or 6 new ones. I hope they're all different. Zane says, yeah, Machado out. Give me the Sox. Fernando says, maybe the under here. I'm going over. Sorry, Fernando. I am going over in this one. That's my selection here for sure. Probably a freemium here. I'm looking for I need some winners, quite frankly, in baseball. So I'm going to give out some plays here on the show that I like, Mindy. There are some plays of yours that I agree with that I need. I need for some premiums. I think I need some winners and premiums. Um, all right, Mindy's on the Padres. Hope she's right. I'm
Me
on.
too.
I did say my saying, right? Worst team money can buy.
Yes, yes.
Okay, just want to make sure I got that on the air. Last game. Here we go. Marlins, Giants. Alcantara, DeSclafani. What did we call him? DeSclafani? DeSclafani. Giants here, $1.15, 7.5 under 25.
Oh goodness, I'm taking the Giants here today. I'll take the Scalfoni. He has a better home ERA of 4.44. Alcantara 6.5 ERA on the road. He's giving up almost a 500 slugging percentage versus this Giants team. Only 12% K rate. Descalfani, on the other hand, 17.7% K rate here versus this Marlins team. The Giants have been outscoring them over the last 5 and only allowing 3 runs per game, while the Marlins are allowing almost 5 themselves. I'm going to go ahead and take the Giants at home today.
Luis is on the Giants today. Solo says Sandy's on the mound. I'm taking the over. Sad that it's come to that. I do not want to get off of Sandy yet as far as overall, but I am going to be with Mindy today. We'll take the Giants until Sandy can figure it out or show us. Obviously came back strong. He did have that one outing was great. I mean, he probably is back, but here I'm going to take the Giants in this one. Fernando on the Giants, Corday on the over, and James Edward on the under here. All right.
We did it.
Get ready, everybody. Last call for the baseball game, but if not, we're ready to roll. Get your WNBA ready. Just want to mention, Mindy, earlier before the show here, or actually about half an hour ago, that Miami-Boston game, the total did get steamed a little bit to the under. We were talking 216, but you look across the board right now, a lot of 215s out there. Definitely was a move on the under while we were involved in our baseball talk,
Okay.
folks. So, I don't know, just a little bit interesting there. See what you guys, we kind of already talked about the game, certainly. So, all right. We're going to get into some WNBA right now quickly. We don't have to get too into it, Mindy. We want to see these teams, but obviously you and I research the games, handicap the games. Hopefully you guys have some comments on the games as well. All right. Oh, well, there was one more Tim Ray here. Oh, there were some others. Let's see here. Corday on the over and Fernando as well.
So thanks for watching, and make sure you get over to the Tony'sPicks.com website right now and check out our All Cappers tab where you can purchase some of our own personal picks. And be sure to go ahead and use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20%. Okay, have fun. Watch another video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.